Edmund Hillary, Leaving Behind a Legacy Greater Than Just Exploration, by Nolan Baker. Edmund Percival Hillary was born on July 20th, 1919 in Auckland, New Zealand. He had two siblings. His father, Percival Hillary, served in World War I and took up beekeeping in the land he was allotted after the war ended. His mother, Gertrude Hillary, was a loving and gentle parent. She was a teacher. Edmund attended Tukwell Primary School and went to Auckland Grammar School later. He was a small child who had a poor self-image. He read books about the Antarctic and mountains on the long train ride to and from school. In his teen years, he took up boxing and went on a ski trip to Mount Ruapehu in 1935. This was his first experience of the mountains. Hillary spent 2 unsuccessful years at Auckland University College and then decided to take up the family business of beekeeping. He became a full-time beekeeper and took up some of his father's ideals, such as Christian ideals and social justice. Later in his life, he turned these ideas into agnostic but compassionate views of the world. On a short vacation to the Southern Alps, Hillary climbed Mount Oliver, which was just 1,933 meters on the Sealy Range. According to Hillary, it was the happiest day he had ever spent. In early 1944, Hillary joined the Royal New Zealand Air Force. Training camps in the RNZAF provided him with opportunity to climb various mountains in New Zealand, such as Mount Taranaki. He was posted in Fiji in 1945, where he was badly burnt in a boating accident. He recovered quickly, and when the war ended, he returned to New Zealand and climbed his first 3,000-meter peak, Mountains Malte Brun and Hamilton in the Southern Alps. Hillary's Himalayan dreams were realized in 1950 when Earl Ridderford invited him to climb some of the world's tallest mountains. Ridderford was a major climber who had summited some of the Southern Alps' most remote mountains. Ridderford used persistence and legal skills to gain permission to climb in the Garhwal Himalaya in India. After much success climbing the peaks, the New Zealand Alpine Club requested, while the expedition was still in India, that 2 New Zealanders join the 1951 Everest reconnaissance expedition. Ridderford and Hillary took the positions and rushed to join Shipton's team in Nepal, and then headed into the Khumbu region. The first attempt was unsuccessful. A French climbing team had just summited Annapurna, and every country had their sights on Everest. Himalayan governments only allowed 1 expedition per year, so they had to settle on summiting Cho Oyu, the 8th tallest mountain in the world. More exploration followed. In the 1953 attempt, Eric Shipton, the previous reconnaissance leader, was replaced by Colonel John Hunt. Climbing in the Himalayas was a logistical race against the monsoons, a rainy season that lasts for months. John Hunt had applied military-style tactics to the attempt, establishing routes for porters, or people who carry food and oxygen, to place necessities at successively higher camps. This tactic ensured there would be enough supplies at the next camp, even if they ran out at the previous camp. When they got above the treacherous Khumbu icefall, George Lowe, who was new to the team, created a route up the steep lowest face to get them to Everest South Col, or the lowest point of a ridge. Charles Evans and Tom Burdian made it to the south summit, but did not advance further. Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay, the Sherpa who accompanied Hillary, had a chance to summit. Hillary carried 27 kilograms, which even at sea level is a heavy load. The pair of climbers advanced to the final camp, where on the 29th of May, 1953, they set off to summit Everest. After the pair had passed where Evans and Burdian had set back, they reached an extremely steep cliff, now named the Hillary Step. Hillary wedged himself in between the rock and ice and wiggled his way up the cliff. The route to the summit was clear now. After a few hundred feet, they had successfully summited Mount Everest. Tenzing left offerings on the summit, as he was Buddhist, and Hillary left a cross. Upon return, Hillary told George an infamous and later regretted comment. "Well, George, we knocked the bastard off." Hillary's life was immediately changed forever. Queen Elizabeth, then new to the throne, knighted Sir Edmund Hillary. Back in New Zealand, he met Louise Rose, who he eventually married. Hillary did not have enough courage to ask Louise to marry him, so Louise's mother proposed to her daughter for Hillary. George Lowe was the best man. They built a house in Auckland using the proceeds from his first autobiography, High Adventure. Hillary had 3 children. Hillary set his sights on other things, too. He explored the Antarctic on tractor, and while there helped Vivian Fuchs establish Shackleton Base. He also built Scott Base, named after the leader of the devastating Terra Nova expedition, Robert Falcon Scott, which happened in 1911 through 1912. Unfortunately, in 1975, Hillary's wife and daughter, Belinda, were killed in a plane crash in Nepal. After 2 years, Hillary also led an expedition to the source of the Ganges River, which starts in the western Himalayas. Hillary also wanted to make the lives of the Sherpas better, so he established the Himalayan Trust, which has built schools, airfields, bridges, hospitals, and clinics in Nepal. It has also restored Buddhist monasteries. Hillary, along with the help of the New Zealand government, helped convince the Nepalese government to make Mount Everest a national park. This will ensure its safety for future generations. After years of humanitarian efforts and exploration, Hillary finally settled down and remarried June Mulgrew, a lifetime friend. The next year, Hillary's son Peter climbed Mount Everest. All in all, Hillary did more than just explore Mount Everest, the Antarctic, and the Ganges. He explored ways to help people and left behind a legacy that will forever be remembered.